So yesterday also we learned that whenever we create, when we do the installation, at the time of installation, we provided one username, in this case Prayag, okay, and that Prayag user has some admin level privileges, okay, and in Linux the root user is the admin level, okay, either root or the user for which we give root level privileges can perform all the activities on the system. So now let me try to create go to cd/etc sudoers, okay, and cat, okay, actually the command is vi sudo, okay, it will say permission denied. So why permission denied? Because I'm a normal user. If you see dollar means it is a normal user, okay. So in order to open this file via sudo, I'll have to add sudo to it, otherwise I cannot open it. And why I'm able to do sudo? Because at the time of installation it made me a sudo user, or you can say a super user. Now if I log in as any other user like Bob, which we created now, and if I do sudo vi sudo, okay, and if I enter my password, it is saying Bob is not in the sudoers file. This incident will be reported because only my user has the permission to run sudo commands, like but the Bob user is not having the sudoers rights, we can say. So to provide Bob user the same rights which I have, what we'll have to go do is we'll have to do sudo vi sudo, okay, and it is also possible via one file that I'll tell you later, but it is recommended to provide sudo rights using this command only, sudo vi sudo, okay. So in this file we can mention the users which will have the required permissions. So anything with the percent is a group. This permission will be users under group if we have the percent sign, okay. But if you want to give a particular user the specific privileges, then we'll have to do Bob, all permissions we are giving, I'll just save it using mm, I'm just exiting and saving. So all the commands are given below. To exit, to write out, I just do exit, okay, and it will ask for confirmation to save it or not. So to check this file again, we'll have to use cat/etc sudoers, okay, but for cat we cannot, means directly we cannot use cat command, we'll have to add sudo to it, okay. And if you see, the Bob user is given the sudoers right. So if we want to give any other user like Charlie as well the same rights, we'll have to add one more line. Now let's again log in as a Bob user and try to access system level file, that is sudo vi sudo, okay. It will ask for my password, okay. Now I can even change the contents in this file. Just exit. So this is how we add users in a particular we give the rights of sudoers in this /etc sudoers file. Now uh, when I do sudo, let's do again. For the first time it was asking me for the password, okay, and it will remember it for some time. Suppose I want that it should not ask for the password, okay. So what we can do is we'll add one more user in sudoers, ls, okay, will give all permission, but it will not ask for password. So we'll add no pass wd colon all and just save it. Now let me log in as Alice now. Sudo vi sudo, and it didn't ask me for my password. Okay, so that no pass wd command will make passwordless, you can say, the sudo without any password. So similarly, rather than giving every user the permissions, what we can do is we can add the particular user, okay, in a sudoers group. Okay, that is, there is a sudo group slash etc group which is created. Okay, where at the time of installation itself, and my user was added in the that sudoers group. That's why I'm able to run any sudo command. If I add Bob and Charlie as well in the sudo group, I don't have to add such lines here. So that's what all about
So,
sudoers. Yeah,
so Parag, so when do we have to use a sudo? Is it only when we have to access the user as a root user,
yeah,
or
yeah. I'll tell you. Yeah, you can say as a root user, there are some permissions which only root user has, right?
Mhm.
And like if I do try to add user add, okay, James, okay, this is a system level command, right? Only a root user can do that.
Mhm.
So this user I need to provide sudo rights. I already have sudo rights. Now as a sudo it can create it. Similarly, there are some files slash etc shadow. Okay. This file I cannot see as a normal user. So I need some sudo rights, then only I'll be able to see this file.
Okay.
Any other question?
Yeah. And what is the ideal approach whenever we need to create a users? For example,
Mm-hmm,
we are in a small team where
mm-hmm,
we have a developers,
mm-hmm.
we have a ad, administrator also. Like
Right.
there are different administrators. So in that
Yeah.
case, what is the ideal approach to provide this to create a users and create a groups?
Yeah. So as you said, we can create a group of testers, developers, and admins, and add the particular users inside that group and give
Mhm.
that group permission. Okay, with password or without password.
Okay.
And most of the times, if in an enterprise environment, we may have Active Directory. Okay, so some other changes are required at the, not for sudoers, but uh, there the group may be different, defined by the organization.
Okay. So it's like we don't have to explicit, for example, any new developer joins to our team
Okay.
and we need to create some user for him in the
Yes.
Linux system or some
Yeah.
Solaris system. So in that case, we will be simply using the same command which we are creating for the user and whatever the
So if
other user.
if it is Active Directory, we'll add it in an Active Directory and in a particular group. Okay. If we do not have any directory services like Active Directory or LDAP, we'll use the
Mhm.
same approach which I have shown now.
Okay. And Active Directory LDAP, these are different systems, right?
Yeah, these are these two different systems.
And these systems are these system connected to Linux directly or
Yeah,
how is?
no, we'll have to use some other method to connect it to Linux system.
Okay. And we don't have to access, I mean, we are not authorized to touch those environments like Active Directory or anything.
Yeah, it depends. It depends on the admin and how the permissions are given. Okay,
Mm.
so there may be sometimes a different AD team, right? Or a Windows administrator manages admin AD.
Mhm.
So it depends on what are the policies of the organization.
Okay. Sounds good. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so we have 15 minutes. If you all want